welcome to my channel. I'm Michela, the Dorky Reader. Today's video is my favorite kind of video. It's the TBR Jar video where I get to pick what I read for the month of April. So I'm glad you're here. I hope that you like my content. I know I ramble a lot and I'm kind of weird, but hopefully it's not too terrible. This month, just like last, I am going to pull 6 prompts and choose mainly from my cart if I can find anything on the cart. And if I can't find anything from the cart, then I will be at liberty to go rummage through my shelves and find something from there. I am, however, going to give myself a freebie. So during the month of April, while I'm reading these books, if I'm feeling myself fall into a reading slump of some sort, which I did do in March, I'm just going to go ahead and grab a mood-inspired book, whatever I'm feeling in the moment. So there may be one surprise book during the wrap-up for April, and there is a surprise book for my March wrap-up when I post that video, because I didn't quite make it. I had this huge reading slump, which doesn't happen too often for me, but when it does, it was pretty bad. But I did make it through 4 of the 6 books that I had pulled, plus the spare, like my mood book. So, and then I read at the very end of February, because I made that video at the very end of February, I plowed through the book I pulled then too. So that was successful. Basically, there's 2 of the books that I pulled last month didn't get read, which is, I feel really guilty about, but I shouldn't. It's my life. I can read what I want, right? But I did make it through 4 of them. I know I did all of January's, and February was crazy because I was in the hospital, so we'll just see. Oh, and on a weight loss thing, because I told myself I was going to keep myself accountable, I am down 35-ish pounds so far from when I began last November. So it's been quite a journey for me weight loss wise, and I hope to keep going. Keep encouraging me, and I'll stick to what I'm supposed to be doing. Yay! Without further ado, let's get pulling. Okay, the first prompt. This is so exciting. I love this part. This is like the best part in all the videos I watch on YouTube. I love this part, so I hope you do too. It's kind of purpley. I love the paper I used. So my first book prompt is a book you've owned for over a year. I hope you can see that. I know I've got a really bright light going, but let's see here if there's any that I've owned for over a year on this cart, and there's gotta be some. The top shelf though is pretty brand new. Oh, you know what? That one is one. Okay, I'm gonna pull this, and let me see, I'll get a couple here. What else have I had for over a year on this cart? Because I usually put my newer stuff here. I would say I've also had this one for over a year. And this one for over a year. Okay. The 3 books I've had for over a year on my cart, because that's where I'm pulling from mainly. I've had Aurora Rising by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. This is a sci-fi book by them. I'm not really well versed on the details of this book. I do know it's like a found family type Prue situation and traveling through space. What I do know is that when these 2 paired up for Illuminae files, it was a masterpiece for me. So I'm thinking this could also be a really good series for me to read. We'll see. But I am excited. This is probably a top contender in the list, because I think I'm feeling kind of sci-fi. However, there are some really good ones on this pile. The other book that I've had for over a year is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab, another fantastic author. And this book has been well received. Oh, look at the glare from my light. Is there a way to dim that or just turn it there? That might be better. Anyway, everyone who's read this loves this, it seems. I love V.E. Schwab. It's got, some of my favorite kind of tropes in it, like, the kind of villainous male romantic love interest, maybe a slow burn. And also, I think that there's something about this character. I feel like this book might be a little bit sad, but really good. Not good. She won't be, you know what I mean. The book might be sad, but it still has a good ending. Does that make sense? Because I feel like the plot is that she is this person who made some kind of bargain, and she's going to live forever. However, no one ever remembers her for more than a day. And so eventually over time, she gets kind of lonely. And then one day she meets someone who does actually remember her. And there's some kind of, thing that's going on there. Anyway, it sounds really good. Hopefully I pick this. I don't know. Okay. I'm rambling again because I'm really hyper. I had a lot of coffee, so forgive me. The third book on that list is Graceling. And this one is, Casta is a Graceling, one of the rare people born with extreme skill. As niece of the king, she lived a life of privilege until the day her ability to kill a man with her bare hands revealed itself during a royal banquet. Ooh. Now she acts as her uncle's enforcer, traveling the kingdom and threatening those who dare oppose him. But everything changes when she meets Poe, a foreign prince, graced with combat skills, who has searched for the truth about his grandfather's disappearance. And when Katska agrees to help him, she never expects to learn the truth about her own grace, or about a terrible secret that could destroy them all. I love the cover, but I'll be honest with you, the book I'm reading right now is kind of like, and I feel like this is fae, that kind of thing. It has similar vibes, and I don't know if I want to read another one right away like that. So it's going to be between these two books, Aurora Rising or The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. Oh man, this is really hard for me because this one is like, I feel like so many people have read this and it's like a staple, like it's a really great book and everyone loves it. This one I don't hear a lot of people talking about because it's older. However, I really love those two authors in combination with each other. So do I read a YA sci-fi or an adult sad romantic fantasy? I don't know. I think I'm gonna go with The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I feel like this is one of those books that I've had forever. It fits more with the prompt. Like I remember wanting to read it all the time and never picking it for some stupid reason. So I'm gonna pick it this month and hopefully I can get to reading it. The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. Okay, yay! Next book on the list. Should I stop the video in case I make a huge mistake and then I have to redo everything? I think I'm gonna do that. Ah, welcome back. That was me safeguarding myself from having to edit a lot if I make a huge mistake. Woohoo! I'm back, yay! All right, so far we have The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. And now for the second prompt. Ta-ching! I have a lot of books next to me that I really hope I can pick. And some that I'm like, we'll see. Okay, I'm gonna choose this one. It says, a book from your TBR cart, not from your shelves. Huh. The TBR cart gods are with me today. They said, yes, all that fixing your cart was not for naught. There was a reason for it. Oh my God, I think, okay. There's so many on this I want to read. 2 that I really want to read right now. Oh, 4. There's 4 that I want to read more than others. 5 I really want to read. Oh. Okay, I'm going to pull the ones that I have, that I'm most interested in reading right now. Yeah. Look at these. Oh, I really want to read these. Okay, so one is The Tainted Cup by Robert Jackson Bennett. There's something about the description of this that just sounds really interesting to me. Like this colossal or giant, kind of almost like Titan type monstrous beings outside of a city, detective work. And is she blind or mute? There's something about the female character in this which is fascinating to me. And then I guess she's like a detective and she solves things. And then she has some kind of like a helper guy who's kind of whatever. But anyway, this sounds really, really good. And it's like one of those really popular books right now on BookTube, or at least it was a while ago, and I missed out on the initial hype of it, but I'm still here and I'm still excited about it and I'd like to read it. The other one on that I really want to read is The Road of Bones. I can't remember exactly what it was that called me to, but I believe it's like, is it Viking inspired or Nordic? And like people have said this is a really good is it Grumpy Sunshine? But it's definitely like morally gray male love interest, that kind of thing, and a somewhat sweet girl. And then she's traveling this dangerous road and she meets up with these kind of tough guys. I don't know. It's a love triangle. I actually like those. So long as she picks the one I want. But anyway, I'm looking forward to this. And so this is another one. Blood Over Brighthaven. So many BookTube people have told me that this is like their favorite book of the year already, that they really loved it. The author is the same author, M.L. Wang, who wrote Sword of Kaigen, which is another hugely popular book that I've been really dying to read. And eventually I'll be able to order it from that Canadian website, because the copy, I don't know if I like the cover of the US version, but there's this one like on Indigo. Is that the name of the book store in Canada? But anyway, they have a really pretty cover that I really like. It's like this dark blue with gold. I don't know. It looks good. Anyway, this one is supposed to be about this lady. She's in a world where only men are allowed to be magicians or sorcerers or whatever. And she is kind of streamlining this, like she's like becoming one of the first to enter this college for magic or whatever she's doing. And there's a lot of people who are trying to kind of push her out of the way or make sure she doesn't succeed. And then she pairs up with this other character who's maybe, is he a janitor? I can't remember when I read the description for it, but it was a while back. Anyway, together they kind of do some stuff. Anyway, it sounds really good. I am counting on all my BookTube ladies being right about how fabulous this book is. Then there's Cassandra Clare's Sword Catcher. My favorite booktuber is obsessed with this right now. And I trust her just 100% when it comes to books. I feel like her tastes match up mine perfectly. I love Cassandra Clare. When I was younger, I loved her YA series. And then I still love the Clockwork Prince and Angel and Princess or whatever those books are. And so I feel like she's a really good author. And this is going to be great. And the cover is beautiful. I love that. I love little castle cityscapes and stuff like that. That looks great. Okay. Final book that I really want to read is A Harvest of Hearts. This is going to be a book that has Howl's Moving Castle vibes, is what this says. Let's see what the description says inside. Everyone in Foss Butcher's village knows what happens when magic workers come. They harvest human hearts to use their spells. That's just how life in her kingdom works. But Foss, plain, clumsy, and practical as a boot, never expected anyone would want hers. When a sorcerer snags a piece of Foss's heart without meaning to, she's furious. For once, a heart is snagged. This experience is, well, unpleasant. So Foss finds herself stomping towards the grand city to keep his enchanted house and demands... Wait, am I reading that right? To keep his enchanted house and demands that he fixes her before she kneels over and dies, or keels over and dies, or whatever happens when hearts are snagged. But the sorcerer, Sylvester, is not what she expected. Petulant, idle, and new to his powers, Sylvester has no clue how to undo the heart-taking, or how to do much of anything, really, apart from sulk. Foss's only friend is a talking cat, and even the house's walls themselves have needs. So this is very Howl's Moving Castle-ish. It's almost like a Howl's Moving Castle retelling. Yeah, that's what I would call that. Sorry I read it so poorly. There's a big bright light shining in my face right now. And as I'm trying to read, my eyes are battling the giant light bulb in my eye and the small white text. So it was a struggle. Anyway, I'm going to put Road of Bones back. I think it's a little too chunk compared to the others. I wouldn't say it was too chunk, but oh man, this is brutal. I love Howl's Moving Castle. Oh. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Do I go with her romantasy choice? I've been wanting to read these so bad. All of them. I'm going to put back Blood Over Brighthaven. Am I doing that? Or am I taking the Howl's Moving Castle, which I butchered the reading of? Yeah, I'm going to put that back for now. Oh my gosh, this is really... Should I put Brighthaven back here? This is the toughest choice ever, guys. And I'm still thinking of going back for Blood Over Brighthaven. Those are really, so it's really 3 options. I should just hold them like this. Which one? Oh God, they're all so good sounding. Okay. I pick, you know what, if I had a free choice later, if I'm in the mood for it, I'll pick one of those later. I get that, so I don't have to worry too much. But I'm going to pick Swordcatcher. I am excited about it because she was raving about this on her channel, and it just really got me excited. Like multiple viewpoints, 7 different pairings of people that could be potential love interests. Slow burn. Yeah, that's it. Swordcatcher it is by Cassandra Clare. Book 2. That took forever. All right, for prompt number 3, here's our jar. Give it a good old shake. That does nothing. Put my hand in, twirl around. That does almost nothing. I don't know why people do this. Let's pick a prompt. Got this yellow card here, and it says, a book with gold gilt. Okay, so some kind of goldish stuff on it that's shiny, shiny gold. Do you please have it? No. None of them, of course. Those ones from the last book prompt I was into. Ooh, the tierling stuff here. What else? That does. Does this one? Does this one? Is that, no, that's not gilt. Okay. What else? There's got to be something else on there with it. Nope. Oh, you might be. Yeah. Oh, that one. Oh, there's quite a few actually. How about you? Ooh, yeah. Bottom shelf is loaded up. That's silver gilts. Is it still called, no, it's not called gilt if it's silver, is it? Some kind of metallic silver. Okay, I'm just checking. I'm just checking. Is that gold? No, it's not. Maybe it is. Okay, so I have 5 books here with some gold business, shiny gold on it. I think that's what gold gilt is, just shiny golds. shiny gold. So I have Tress and the Emerald Sea by Brandon Sanderson. I've only read one Sanderson book so far. That was the first Mistborn novel, Final Empire. It was fantastic. So I have high hopes. I know he's a very, very popular author. Tress and the Emerald Sea is, let's see here, it's about a girl. The only life she's ever known is on an island home in an emerald green ocean. She had a very simple life, collecting cups brought by sailors from faraway lands and listening to stories told by her friend Charlie. But when his father takes him on a voyage to find a bride and disaster strikes, Tress must stow away on a ship and seek the sorceress of the deadly midnight sea. Amid the spore oceans where pirates abound, can Tress leave her simple life behind and make her own place sailing the sea where a single drop of water can mean instant death? Ooh, that's a not so friendly ocean. But anyway, I have high hopes. There's also the bone season. This is the start of a huge series. This is, I believe, a futuristic dystopian, though, which is one of my weak spots. I am totally into it. And I happen to think the covers of these books are stunning. I mean, whoever designed these books, dust jackets, is just, they did a really good job. I love all the little details. I don't like empty space very much on books. I think this kind of thing is, I guess maybe in excess, it's better for me. Okay, there's that. I don't know if this one counts because the gold isn't very shiny, so I'm going to uncount Billy Summers. This one has, it's called Among the Beasts and Briars. It's by Ashley Poston. She wrote the Heart of Iron, which I have read, and I really like that one. Oh, maybe the sequel to that has gold. That would be an option. Let me go check real quick because I need to catch up on my sequels. And then before I do that, though, I also have The Queen of the Tearlings, which is, these are all just on my cart. I know I have this goal to read what's on my cart, but all these are like starting new things, and I should be finishing. Let me check my sequel shelf real quick, and I'll pick a sequel if I have one there, so that I'm not just piling up new series to start. Okay, I did find a book with some gold gilt on it that is a sequel, or actually it's book 3 in a series that I'm reading right now. This is called The Shadow Throne. It's by Jennifer A. Nielsen, and it's by the author, or this is part of the trilogy for The False Prince. It's a middle grade book, but it reads really mature. It's not like too brutal or whatever, but it does have some dark elements, and it's a good story. So I recommend this for a middle grade, for adults who like to read middle grades. The False Prince is an excellent series. So I'm going to read the 3rd book in The False Prince called The Shadow Throne. All right, here's for book number 4, or prompt number 4. Prompt number 4 is a book with fall vibes. Okay. I think I have a couple that I would like to choose for this. I have a lot of options. I'm not going to pull them all out like last time, but I'm going to pick a few. One for me is this one. I don't know if the cover is fall vibes, but maybe the mood of the story is. The other one I wanted to pick for this is... No, not that one. Fall vibes. Maybe that one. This one. Okay. So the two I chose for fall vibes are two books I'm also really excited to read. I chose this one because it's got an academic thing. And when I think of fall, one of the first things that comes to mind for me is school. Starting school up for kids, starting school up for adults, college. And then it has this black and red cover, kind of gives me that kind of vibe. And then magic and sorcery, I feel like all of that feels very fall to me. The other one is The Tainted Cup. It's got this kind of solving mystery vibe going on, and I don't know if it's in the springtime or in the fall. I feel bad for if it's the wrong season, but to me it kind of gave a little bit of a spooky vibe, not based on the description of like death and horror and whatever involved with the detective work. Okay, so I get to pick between these two books, and hopefully one of them fits better than the other. I think this one fits better for the description. So I'm going to pick Blood over Bright Haven. Boy, my words. So I've got 4 out of 6 chosen, and I am pumped about all of them. They're all incredible. This is going to be the best. Oh, there's a couple books I really want to read. Like I said, I get a free one for myself next month. So don't worry, Mish. If you don't get the ones you really want, you'll get to at least read one of them. All right, here. I didn't show you me pulling it, but I'm pulling this one. It says a book featuring a war. So it has to be a war involved in the book. And I think genocide doesn't count as war. It's just like evil. But there is a rebellion, and I do have a book that has that. Oh. There will be a war in another one too. Oh my goodness, I've got a couple. Like, what kind of war are we talking here? Because I have a couple of ideas. Okay, I'll show you my ideas. These are my ideas. The first is The Bitter Twins. This is the sequel to The Ninth Reign, which I adored. My daughter bought me this book for Christmas, and I also really want to read it. I know this one's a little bit more challenging, so it might take me some time, but in this, there's kind of a war between these. I don't want to spoil anything, but let's just say there's a very strange, not from around here vibe people and creatures, and they're invading, and everyone's gonna have to fight them off or they'll die. So does that count as a war? I think that counts as war, you know. I don't know. I'm just making up something for myself, but this is a really good contender right now. Oof, all of these options that I have in front of me are like books I need to read, and they're all sequels in a series. So this is book 2 in the Ninth Reign. This is book 2 in the Lunar Chronicles, and right now the Lunar Queen is mad as hell, and she's plotting a war. And this is a really easy, fast read, which might help me get through some of these other books. So this is probably going to be outweighing this one, even though this one is probably going to be better. This one will be faster, and I might need that because some of those books look pretty chunk. We'll see. The other one I have is another great book. This is book 3 in The Ember and the Ashes. Oh my gosh. I've had the hardest time choosing this video session. I hope I don't take too much time like making this that is like an hour-long video. I'd feel so bad for you guys. No one's gonna watch my video. This is book 3, and that's a good thing. But I think I'm gonna go with Scarlet. It was between these two really in my heart. Even though this one's fantastic too, this one I haven't read in a while, and I wanna not forget what I know. However, this one, I know I can just plow through, and it was recent, and I wanna know if my daughter can read it. Yeah, this one. Scarlet by Marissa Meyer. Book 2 in the Lunar Chronicles. I'm looking forward to it. Okay, I think this means I'm on the very last book prompt. Oh my gosh, I did it. Okay, so let's pick the last prompt. This could be make or break me, really. Okay, there's like 3 books in front of me right now, or 4 books in front of me that I want more than anything. And I'm hoping that this prompt fits one of them. Please. It says, start a new series that is with over 4 books. None of those work for that. Oh, but I know a great book or 2 on this shelf that might fit. So I'm going to pull those out and we'll pick one of those. Oh, darn you guys. That's going to be my free choice. I know it. I'll show you my free choice. I'm sure of it. I'll wait. First, do this prompt. Okay. A book series over 4 books long. This one for sure. That one's only 3. That one's 2 as far as I know. A lot of them are pretty fresh. I don't know about that one. How many books are in that series? That one, but I don't think that's going to be it. This one. Does anyone know, is this 4 books or 3? I have to look it up. Spark of the Everflame is an option if it's over 4. I've got to hurry up. I only have like 20 minutes left before I have to leave my house. Okay. No Stray Kids, can't watch you now. I gotta wait. Okay. Spark of the Everflame. Goodreads. Kindred's Curse is the name of the series. Oh, there are 4. Oh, but it says over 4 books. If it's over 4 books, then I think the only one I can actually count on is The Bone Season, which I am looking forward to reading. I'm not disappointed. I really am not. This is a chunk. That's big. Got quite a few of those on there. Heavy, big, giant books. But you know what? They're all going to be really good, I think. I don't think I have a 3-star in the bunch. They're all going to be 4 or above. So, boom. I have all 6 of... Let me put these back in my cart now. We'll have to read you later, sweet books. My precious. I'll put you back in the sequel shelf. You can go down here. Oh my goodness. Woo! Okay, and so for my free choice book that I'm going to choose, I've already kind of got it set aside because I know myself. I am going to read The Dungeon Anarchist's Cookbook by Matt Dinneman, book 3 in the Dungeon Crawler Carl series. Boy, that's a mouthful. Dungeon Crawler Carl has been the highlight of my year so far. It's not like these books are masterclass works of art. They're just so darn fun, and I have the best time reading them. So this is going to be it. And these books are pretty pricey, but I am going out and buying them. And I'm sorry, husband, because I know you're like, oh, wifey, don't spend more money on books, but I have to. You buy camera stuff, I buy books. Anyway, this is my my personal choice, which could change if I'm in a mood for something different, but I know I won't. I'm gonna make this my choice because I'm obsessed. Anyway, let me do that thing that people do because I keep forgetting to do it, where you try to hold your books. Ta-da! That's my April TBR. Don't they look good? I think they look fantastic. Okay, let me know which book of these, if you've read any, is your favorite, which one you think I'm gonna like the most. If there's some books out there that you think I might be interested in reading, give me some suggestions down below. I still haven't heard anything about Emily Henry recommendations or Abby Jimenez recommendations from the previous video. I don't get that many followers, so I'm not like surprised or anything, but I wanted to throw it out there again because I'm still curious about which books of theirs I would like, if you have any idea. I like Grumpy Sunshine. I like Enemies to Lovers. I like meaningful things and beautiful things. I'm not a fan of, see, right now I'm reading a book and I am enjoying it. It's like fun, but my pet peeve is in that book, and that's where they say the male went to, stood behind her. The female, ugh. Please stop referring to fae people as male and female. It drives me absolutely bonkers. That's my request to authors of the world. Anyway, I hope you had a great day. I know I'm bouncing back and forth. This is me at my most ADHD. And anyway, can't wait to see you next time. Bye.